What brought you to the idea to create your own fragrance brand?
I've always thought that the fragrances are a powerful emotional trigger. If you smell a fragrance, you're transported to a place or to a person. That was the moment I started realizing about my future in the industry.
Okay guys, the summer season started and I think all of you are currently looking for the new fragrance. I don't know what you think, but every time when I'm on social media and I'm looking for summer fragrances, there's one fragrance that's mentioned the whole time. It's Malibu Party in the Bay. And as all the people that are fans of these fragrances, I'm also very happy that today we have the perfumist of this special fragrance that's gonna tell us something about his brand, about fragrances such as Malibu Party in the Bay, Ocean of a Midnight Moon, and so on. Welcome, Simone Andreoli.
Thank you. Hello, my friends.
I think
back again to Germany.
Yeah, back again, exactly. I'm super happy that we're gonna talk about your brand today. But for all the people that don't know you, could you please tell us something about your brand, about your about your personality? So just tell something about you.
Oh yeah. Let's plunge into the universe of Simone Andreoli. You know, I founded this brand 11 years ago. I was very young. I was 24 years old.
Very young.
Yeah. I was probably the youngest nose in the world because for sure I was the youngest nose in Italy, but I was probably one of the youngest entrepreneur in the world, having his own brand and working in the fine fragrance industry. So. I started this path 11 years ago and I decided to have my own brand inspired by my traveling experiences around the world. So actually, Simone Andreoli is one name, one brand as a vision and as a personal brand, and it's followed by Diario Olfattivo, which is a travel journal, you know. Actually, every bottle of the collection is really conceived like my personal page, you know, like the page of my diary, of my personal diary. So every bottle of the collection transports you to an itinerary experience around the world. And it's really like a personal frame of life.
This sounds super interesting. I think for all the people that are doing something in the creative industry, I think the childhood is also a specific point. When you were a child, what brought you to the idea to create your own fragrance brand?
You know, I've always been so passionate about the perfumery world. I've always thought that the fragrances are a powerful emotional trigger. When you smell a fragrance, you have uncontrolled reactions. In the good or in the bad, you are transported with your mind. And that's the same for me. I've always thought that if you smell a fragrance, you're transported to a place or to a person or to a particular moment of your life. So that was the moment I started realizing about my future in the industry. And since I was a very nomadic soul, and I'm still a nomadic soul, I like the idea of this connection between fragrances and the power of traveling with your mind. If you close your eyes and you smell my fragrances, they can really conveys you a sense of escapism all around the world.
Okay, but for your first fragrance, for example, how can I imagine the situation? You were, for example, on a beach, or your first fragrance, which one is it? Just to be sure.
What do you mean about first fragrance?
Your first fragrance that you created with your own brand.
Oh, you know, I created more than 1,000 fragrances. So if we're talking about Leisure in Paradise, for example, it's from the 2020. It's such an icon from our brand. And it's literally a Caribbean escape towards the white beaches of Cuba. If you close your eyes and you spritz it all over your body, you're just plunged into the crystal clear turquoise waters of the Caribbean, surrounded by this sandy white beach. I mean, and it's just a holiday all over your mind.
But when you create your fragrances, do you have the plan to create your fragrances according to your experiences? Like, do you plan your trip and you say, oh yeah, for this trip, I think a new fragrance could be something interesting. How does it work for you?
No. I mean, to me, inspirations is always around yourself.
Yeah.
So it's always about how much you are connected with the environment and with anything that surrounds yourself. I always travel the world for a real and genuine passion. And then in a kind of way, inspiration finds a way to be captured by my senses. It's like I'm always curious to explore. I'm always keen to explore the world and discover new cultures, new places. I really crave a world, made of discovery. And if you're curious enough to explore, you always find an inspiration.
That sounds super interesting. And
always.
I mean, you're very successful with your fragrance. I think you're one of the market leaders in Italy. Am I right?
We're one of the leading brands in Italy, yeah.
And you're becoming more and more famous in Germany.
I hope so. I mean it looks like our German friends are very passionate about the brand. And they love my fragrances and I love them.
In that case, I would like to ask you guys, what's your favorite fragrance of Simone Andreoli? And you can also agree with me when we say that personally, I see all of your fragrance the whole time on social media, especially Malibu Party in the Bay. Did you imagine or did you expected this whole huge success with this fragrance?
Not really. I mean, it's one of our most iconic scents, I must say. I didn't expect this huge, very incredible success. But that's curious, because I think it's one of the simplest fragrances that I ever formulated.
Yeah.
We're talking about very few ingredients, but with the highest quality ingredients inside. And the combination is really evoking the smell of a coconut daiquiri. So it's really like a cocktail captured in a fragrance. When you spray it, you can definitely smell this fizzy, sparkling Mexican lime on top. And then you have this fruity undertones, like a transparent notes of coconut water.
Yeah.
And that really reminds you the smell of summer, the color of the summer. It's an hymn to life. It's such an uplifting fragrance.
Definitely. But when you create your fragrances, let's say you created a fragrance and after that you say, this might be a good one. I think it's gonna work fine. Do you have a feeling for that? Or are you like, okay, I'm gonna create a fragrance and let's see how it's gonna go?
Yeah.
Let's go like that?
It's about fragrances are just about feelings.
Yeah.
It's like very instinctive. It's pure instinct.
Definitely.
So you never know when it's accomplished until you spray it and you're connected and you feel it and you have a natural reaction.
You know what I think it's super interesting about your brand? Lots of people say that the niche market became too expensive. And I think when we take a look at your brand, we have lots of bottles with 100 milliliters for a very, very, very good price. First of all,
thank you.
How do you do that?
Thank you. Well, I think one of the key is probably because I am the nose and creative director as well. We don't need an external nose or an external perfumer to create our fragrances. So the creation process is a little simpler. I am the one who play the game.
Yeah.
I am the one who formulates my own feelings. So this is very different compared to the process of other companies or other brands. And I would have to say that I know the secrets of formulas and the secrets of ingredients very well, because my apprentice in the French Riviera really, really contributed to me to improve my skills and be very, very keen and very aware about ingredients.
You know what I also love is that the performance of your fragrances. They work, the performance, you know, they work so well, you know. And I think also the feedback from lots of creators in Germany, they say the same. They say like, okay, they wear the fragrance and it holds for, let's say, around 18 hours, which is very long. And another thing that's also interesting is that the fragrance is developing itself in let's say every directions, you know. You start with your fragrance, you spray it on yourself, and in a few hours it smells completely different, but it develops so well. I think that's also
because they're so complex. They're so complex and they're so highly concentrated. The more you concentrate the scents, the more you get a very multifaceted evolution on your skin, because it's a reaction with your skin chemistry. And the long-lasting effects and the performances, of course, is due to the formulations. You can even concentrate a fragrance 20 to 30 to 40%, whatever. But if it's not well formulated, it doesn't last. And then there's always a skin chemistry factor that it affects the performances on the skin. So everything is very subjective when we talk about fragrances.
Definitely fragrance that you guys should try when you didn't try it so far. Like for example, my favorite fragrance is Ocean of a Midnight Moon. We already talked about it. I think it's also your favorite, right?
Yeah, it is my favorite.
It's
overall it's my favorite.
It's super good. And I mean, also, when I take a look at the current season, you know, we start with summer and all the people are looking for fruity fragrances, for citrus fragrances. I don't even think that you have citrus fragrances in your collection, no?
Of course we have. Do? Yeah, there's Malibu. It's citrusy. It has I know it's a tropical citrusy fragrance because lime is tropical. It feels a little bit sweeter than like a lemon or a mandarin because it's sweeter, and it has this fruity touch. But basically, when you spray it, you get this incredible sparkling lime, which is so prominent in the composition, and from the beginning to the end, you can always smell lime on your skin. So it is indeed citrusy. But that's not the only option. We have also Zest di Sorrento. This is another gem. It's a hidden gem. It's not well known as Malibu, but I think it's a great fragrance. It's been awarded in 2019. It won the Fifi Award, and it's really the olfactory reproduction of an Italian limoncello. Oh, it's fantastic. You gotta try that. It's a lemon combined with mandarin grapefruits, and they're paired with white cognac and sugar.
Amazing.
Yeah, it is.
I can't wait to try it.
Absolutely. You got to try that.
That's super nice. But, you know, that's just my opinion, but I think that all the brands or all the people in Germany right now are looking for citrus fragrances, fruity fragrances. How do you see this situation on the market? Like, what could you imagine are nice notes for this summer 2025?
You know, to think out of the box, I would definitely recommend Silver Marble. Ocean of a Midnight Moon, that's, for me, it's an icon and it's a cult, but Silver Marble is a pretty new fragrance, and it's quite innovative because it's a fragrance capturing the essence of ice in a bottle. And that's amazing because it's crystal clear, it's marmoreal, it's sharp like a powerful glacial Arctic storm. Captured in a bottle. So it's very refreshing, very woody. And I think it's quite unique because it's a fragrance created using just captive and latest generation molecules to create this feeling, which is so way far from all natural ingredients. So when you smell Silver Marble, you can't really understand any single note, but in a kind of way you're attracted to. And it doesn't lead your nose to anything present in nature. It's like a group of molecules evoking a feeling, because actually ice doesn't have a smell. So that's really, that's an amazing scent, you know? Definitely. And I mean, give it a try.
Exactly, guys. Give it a try. You know, we have so many different fragrances of your brand here. We have Ocean of a Midnight Moon. We already talked about it. We have Silver Marble. We have, what else? Malibu, of course. We have another very interesting bottle here. It's Leisure in Paradise.
Fantastic. Yeah. 5 years celebrated with this limited edition, this colorful limited edition, truly embodying the vibes of the Caribbean. And that's like a tropical gourmand fragrance. It's a pina colada, you know, it's like a pina colada. You have coconut milk, you have papaya and pineapple. It's very vibrant, very sunny. I do really love it.
We have all your travels on this table.
Oh, yeah.
Your whole travel diary.
Not all my travels, but a significant part, yeah. And what about the newest? I mean, Tulum Junglescape. That's a fantastic fragrance. So I allow myself to be very good in formulating tropical and exotic fragrances, you know. Who is a fan of a brand, I think, can definitely recognize such a skill in formulating tropical, exotic trip fragrances. And Tulum is such a fragrance. It's reinventing the tropical fragrances with a lush jungle touch. If you smell Tulum, it's really like you close your eyes and you are on a jungle path, alive with the fragrance of the nature.
You know, when you describe it like that, I have to try it because so far I didn't try it.
Yeah, please spritz some Tulum Junglescape. At the first spritz, you will definitely smell a margarita opening. So you get this vibrant, fizzy opening of Mexican lime, sea salts, tequila. Can you smell it?
I smell it.
You know, you close your eyes and you're walking on this jungle path. You can see all the untamed plants, the wildlife, you know, all surrounding yourself. And it is really like you're smelling this tropical, juicy, fruity notes combined with tropical flowers like ylang-ylang and tiare. And there's a green tea note which truly conveys this feeling of lush tropical plants, you know?
It's also super clean. You know, it's perfect for me because I love clean fragrances.
I love it.
I love it so much. Guys, when you didn't try this fragrance so far, I would recommend that you try it, for sure.
But this is like reinventing tropical fragrances, you know?
But you know, the thing is, I see so many different directions, different styles in your fragrances. When you would describe your brand in, I don't know, let's say a sentence or 3 words, how would you describe it?
Young, wild, and free.
What? Young, wild, and free.
Young, wild, and free, yes.
That's a good one.
The brand as myself, I mean, the brand is a reflection of myself, is a creation of my universe, of my personal universe. And I have a nomadic soul. I'm a nomad. I'm an explorer. So that's, and on the other hand, I like experiencing things in life at the most intensity. That's the way you can approach to my fragrances. So intensity and with a wild, untamable approach to life.
But when you say young, wild, and free, is it your target group? Or do you create fragrance for every single one?
I create fragrances as an expression of my soul and my creativity. And then I think they always find a way to reach the heart of people.
For sure. But for all the people
But guys,
out there,
be wild, be free, and be young.
For all the people out there that are watching this episode, let's say there are so many fragrances out there. Who should take a look on your brand?
Pardon? Sorry, I didn't get the question.
You know, people, like all the people that are watching this episode, all of them are interested in fragrances. They go to different perfume shops, try lots of different things.
Okay.
What would you, like, which kind of people would you recommend your brand? For example, someone like me, I'm always looking for clean fragrances. Of course, the balance between quality and price should be good, which is definitely the case in here. Who would you recommend your brand?
You know, the brand has a wide offer in terms of olfactory profiles and fragrance families. So I wouldn't recommend the brand to someone in specific, but more into a state of mind. So choose my brand if you are a person able to choose for yourself. With independent choice. This is very powerful. You don't make a choice for something that you look on a billboard or on a magazine or on anything, but you're making a choice for yourself. That's stronger. So be independent, be bold and fierce.
That's a good one.
And dare.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a good one. I mean, we already talked about the fact that your fragrance are like your travel diary, but you know, we're currently in Germany. You know, I'm also curious to know.
That's true.
How would you create a fragrance for Germany? How would it smell?
I don't know. I mean, everything always comes naturally. So I need to get inspired in a very spontaneous way. So you never know where is inspiration, but could be definitely all around here. I mean, every time I drive with my team here, with the club team, they bring me around and I'm constantly surrounded by these incredible emerald green hills that it's so peaceful for me. So I just need to be connected with the environment and probably there's something going on.
I'm very excited to see that. But let's talk about future projects. Is something planned? Or are you going somewhere?
Top secret. Nothing to be released.
Okay.
There's always something going on, of course. I'm a very creative man. And I promise there's something really hot coming up on the next season. So watch the space because we're preparing some very good news.
That sounds interesting. So guys, whenever you want to try the fragrance of Simone Andreoli, be excited for, first of all, his new releases, but also try all of the rest. You know, I see Malibu the whole time on social media. We also have other good fragrance that you definitely have to try. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much, Simone.
Oh, thank you
for coming today.
Me.
And let's see what's going to come the next time.
Be prepared because it's going to be the most important launch of 11 years of activity. So expect the unexpected.
Exactly, guys. So thank you very much, guys, for watching and see you the next time.